I'm Diablo. How you guys doing there today? Anyways, um, when I was I don't know, 16 years old, 17 years old, that's when I got started gang banging. Anyways, I've talked about this before, and I remember I was doing so much dumb shit that my mom told me, like, me and your dad talking, and you're either gonna end up dead or in jail. Well, not but a couple years later, I ended up in the joint. Back then, the joint was different than when I came back to it. Though it was like, I don't know, maybe because I was in a different spot, I don't know, or whatever. But it was just, huh, like it wasn't as powder puff as it is these days. To me, these I want, when I just got out not too long ago, and it was powder puffy. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's the millennials or the way these guys operate shit, but I said this before, like the inmates don't run shit. The police run everything. I heard somebody talking about the Bloods and the Crips run shit. Not in Ohio. I don't know what you talking. They might have a little bit of strength because they snitching or something like that, but and I ain't talking about nobody in general. I'm just talking about with the police run shit. And any joint I go to, any joint I've been in, the police run shit. Now back in the day, the inmates ran the shit. If you wanted a bed move, you went to the clerk. And the clerk would move you. He'd be like, all right, boom, boom, boom. Give me a box of Debbie's, give me some soups, give me this and that. Not nowadays. Nowadays, it's all up to the cops. And that's kind of became a problem, I believe, in the institutions. It's the same thing as on the streets. Like, dude's telling, next thing you know, this dude's selling big dope. He's out here selling so much dope that it ain't even funny because he's telling, you know what I mean? Like, telling everybody else under him. In the movie American Gangster, he says George Lucas told on his whole crew. So the only way that any kind of gang is running shit in the joint is if they snitching. Real talk. Or you like my mother and said, if they snitching. I'm from Toledo. Yeah. But really, I mean, and that's just the way it goes. I mean, they might, in Ohio, it seemed like folks had a lot of pull in the system, but that was because they kept a lot of peace. So they kind of got favored upon. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of peace because of them. They wasn't in the dumb shit. They ran the shit organized. You know, so they got a lot of stuff off in Ohio. I don't know about anywhere else, but in Ohio joints, they got a lot of good stuff off. No snitching or nothing, but they didn't run shit. They didn't run shit. You know what I mean? They might have ran like the laundry. You make a couple extra dollars in the laundry room, or a couple extra dollars in the porter. Maybe you get some hands on some dope or some cigarettes or something like that. Because you can't smoke in a joint. Smoking in a joint is illegal. So smoking cigarettes in the joint is illegal. So motherfuckers get buying self tobacco, whatever. But as far as like running shit, knowing who's coming into the institution before they get there, or making bed moves, or making big moves and getting paid, mm-mm. You gotta go through staff. You gotta go through the sergeant. And that's the way it was in all three prisons that I was in on this last number. I was in Allen, I was in Toledo's camp, and I was in Marion. In all three prisons, I had to go straight to the CO or the sergeant, the staff sergeant, and I had to get permission to get a bed move. He had to log it in, he had to put it in the dog and all kinds of other stuff to be able to do it. That's if he wanted to do it. That's if you was cool enough or whatever, I don't know. Maybe you was telling or maybe you didn't tell and the sergeant might have respected that and that dorm, who knows? But the one thing I do know is you got to go through staff. Now, all that shit, police run shit everywhere. They're the biggest gangsters for real nowadays. From the feds all the way down to the CO, the local CO at the local prison. So and that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I ain't trying to go back and learn no more about it again, but there's gonna be people that's probably gonna go and learn a lot about it. And everything evolves. Everything evolves. The whole system is evolving, just like every life evolves. You know what I mean? So they're just gonna get stricter and stricter and stricter. And just, I tell you what, when I was at Marion, it was the worst kind of petty ass rules that I ever seen. Lock the doors before you go to child. You're in the dorm and they got the door locked in the front. You can't get out in the hallway. And if you get out in the hallway, they're gonna write you up. But they keep that door locked. And then when at Allen, you can, as long as it wasn't count time, you can come and go as you please. At Marion, you couldn't. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's changed. I don't want to know, but that's just really the way it is. Like you would sit there and you'd be like, man, I'm in the joint and fucking I'm locked in the joint. Like what the fuck? I can't go in the yard. I can't do this. I can't do that. That's what Marion was. Allen was different. Allen, you go right out. As soon as they called your dorm for child, you can either go to child, go to rec, go to child, then go to rec. You couldn't do that at Marion. Marion, you was locked up. You was locked down. And it was all dorms. That was really strange to me because Allen was all cells. So you figured it'd be the other way around, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Marion did have cell blocks too, though. But never nothing like that. Never nothing like with Allen. It was just wide open. You know what I mean? And you can go out, come and go as you please, as long as you stayed in the gates. You didn't try to get out the motherfucking fences. You was good. And that's they say gangs want to join. Gangs don't want shit. The police want shit. They lock you down. They lock you down. You know. It cracks me up too. They like at Marion, they would set up guys. They didn't like him. Like it was really racial. Like I seen a kid bump into a CO, and because he was black, she took him straight to the hole. You know what I'm saying? And it was accidental. You know how you just because the aisles in the dorm that I was in were so small. Like you could fit a body, and I'm a pretty big guy, so you could fit a body. I could walk in there with my shoulders like, damn, it's tight in this motherfucker. So the CEO's coming around this way, and he's going around this way, and he accidentally bumps her. Next thing you know, she's like, hey, come here, get on the wall. And she pushes her man down button. Next thing you know, this kid's in the hole. I'm like, damn, that's messed up. You know what I mean? Like, this dude just went to the hole just for accidentally bumping the CO, and he's about to go lay it down for, I don't know, a couple weeks probably. You know what I mean? Maybe even get rolled out. Maybe even get a charge. But that's just the way it goes, and you don't have no control. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no control. And I'm pretty sure that kid was in the gang too. So that lets you know right there that gangster shit in the joint, the gangsters are the CEOs. They come and go. They go home every night. You know what I mean? So for real, they go home every night. We don't go home until our out date. You know what I mean? But yeah, so anyways, that's what happened when I started gangbanging. I ended up going to the joint and realizing that gangs ain't shit. Really, it ain't. It ain't. Now one of the motherfuckers gonna send you a dime when you down. If they do, you got a good one. You got a friend. You better hold on to that friend forever. 9 times out of 10, you ain't getting nothing from them. They ain't doing nothing. They might be out there trying to piece up your girl or something. But they ain't worried about you. You're out of sight and you're out of mind. And your girl's gonna let them peace because guess what? You out of sight and you out of mind. You worried about the bad moves. Talking to the sergeant about getting a bad move. I'm Diablo Hope. This is it, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace and love, man. Stay out of jail. Like me on Twitch at GoStealer1975. Follow on that. On this, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you very much and have a blessed day.